Welcome back, everyone. I'm sorry for the incredibly long delay there, guys, but it takes a little while to get these qualifiers together. Teams just aren't quite as prepared to start very early as many of our WGLNA teams.
And that's what it comes down to. I mean, these teams have been 3-0ing, 3-0ing. When you have teams like that, well, you're a little bit ahead of a schedule, and getting 14 people rallied into a single game can be a little bit challenging. As you said, you know, the communication problem definitely exists sometimes, but at the same time, I mean, just gathering people a little bit prematurely can be quite a task. But guess what? We're ready.
We're just about ready. It looks like tank picking is about to begin. They've almost selected the map. Just to remind everyone, it is War and Peace versus Game Over Insert Coin. Game Over Insert Coin is not the Game Over team you guys are familiar with. It's a different team with some familiar faces.
That's right. Now, War and Peace, I was very critical about them in the very beginning. I wasn't too impressed with their play styles. I mean, their tank choices, just their overall strategies. But then they progressed in the season. I think they got pretty good. I know they took it very closely with River of Blood. It was 2-3. I thought they were actually going to win in that series. I think they were up 2-0, and then River of Blood came back 3-0 after that. I feel like even though we saw War and Peace go down for the count in the regular season, I think they're on the upswing, and I consider them a big favorite. Now, Game Over, a very reputable clan, again in Season 3 of WGLNA. I think, you know, I'm going to give them the benefit of the doubt and say they are a very talented team, but War and Peace, they got it together. They did well in the majors. They got into WGLNA Season 2. My money's on them. All right.
Well, I got to tell you, they had some roster changes. They've had a few new people coming on in that we won't recognize, just names we don't know. So I feel like War and Peace is a mystery to me, and if I were to put money on them, I wouldn't feel comfortable because it was just, I don't know them anymore. I don't know them. They're not the War and Peace that I knew. Game Over, though, sure. I don't know them as well. They're both teams that I'm not familiar with, and I don't know what to expect out of either of these teams. It looks like, actually, first map is going to be Himmelsdorf, so we're going to go for a city map choice. Interesting choice. I don't know what that's. I don't know who had to pick, actually, because the admin
we don't know anything.
Well, yeah, we don't know anything about these guys. These are complete mysteries.
So we don't know if it's a good or bad choice, what team would favor that. But what would you say, is this a good starting map? What makes a good starting map even?
I feel like you want to start off by setting the pace of the entire series. You know, you've got a whole meta game to consider over a series of 5 possible battles. And so what you want to do is you want to start off with a bang. You want to start off by taking control and making your opponent say, wow, we are really impressed with these guys, or wow, these guys did something crazy. We don't know what to expect, or you want your opponent not to know how to deal with you.
Okay,
right?
So that's your style.
That's my style.
I know other people's style would be, oh, let's wait and see what kind of team this is. So is it a really aggressive team, very defensive team? What are they going to bring to the table? And a lot of people would say, let's play a little bit defensive. Himmelsdorf might be a defensive map. Of course, we can really put any map into a defensive map. But I don't know. I honestly don't know what constitutes a good map anymore. I thought I did, but
you can do it on any map.
The styles are just so crazy these days.
It comes down to your style and map preference. Although we are about to head into Himmelsdorf, the countdown has begun. I really want to pay attention to these tank choices as we head into battle number 1 for War and Peace versus Game Over Insert Coin.
Let's do it. All right. Here we go with the tank lineups, 3 5100s and 2 IS3s against 2 5100s, 2 IS3s, and Pat Real in his Waffles. What's up with Waffles tank?
Well, the Waffle hits hard, man. He's got the 150 on that Waffle, and it will hit so hard, especially if it hits one of those 5100s. There's no way that thing's going to bounce on that. The IS3s can bounce, but even with HE, that thing, it's a monster. It could pen the 5100s with HE, but it can also defeat a hold down IS3 with HE.
Would it be worth it for IS3s to load HE against the Waffles?
You full pen.
Oh yeah.
Oh, it's disgusting.
It's
you mess
delicious.
up. You mess up a Waffle if you shoot it with HE.
So, especially for those consistent fire tanks, it's so easy to switch in and out of a PCR and HE, so definitely do that. As we see on the red team, they have stationed themselves around Tank Alley and are going up the hill. 2 5100s are making their way up there. IS3s on the low ground, and 2 IS3s, excuse me, and the 2 T1s are kind of poking out, guarding with this Waffles tank. What do we have on the blue team?
Well, the blue team has gone to the southwest southwest. The blue team is, of course, game over, insert coin. And it looks like they're going to do what you were talking about, Andre. They're going to wait and see what War and Peace is going to bring to this. They don't know how they're going to play. They're not going to try and set this up with some kind of leading move to set the pace or the tone. They're just going to be in the southwest. They've got every corner covered. They've got every approach covered, at least by one tank. Actually, there's a bit of a blind spot, I think.
Yeah, the real problem is, where does this do? What does this do to progress you forward? And I would say nothing. But these 5100s, get over here, see down that G line and say, oh, there are no tanks there. Let me go ahead and start aggressing up Tank Alley. That's going to be really important. These two tanks, these 5100s, let's go to my screen real quick. These two 5100s are going to be the most important because they see, oh my goodness, there are no tanks over there. All right, so where could my opponent possibly be? And when you think about this, probably not the southeast, so it's going to be the southwest. Now, War and Peace are going to reposition, and let's see what they do. 5100s you still have to be careful because there can be some offshoot chance that there are tanks down this alley. It would be strategically just awful, but the range
element
still
of surprise.
exists.
Yeah, the element of surprise. Game Over could be trying to do that, and that's the consideration that War and Peace has to take into account. Of course, Game Over is trying to cover all their bases by just making it so War and Peace comes to them. However, they've kind of left their cap exposed. And even though they have the west side covered, they only have one tank actually looking at the approach to cap, and they've got a huge blind spot. No one's looking to the east of K5. K5 to the east, all that whole road, that entire approach, completely blind. T1 is not spotting down there.
Well, this is not looking too good because the two T1s are also joining up. Pat Real crossing. Whoa, that is a bold move, but he is crossing the courtyard now. And he's looking to get some glorious shots. Remember, he's the utility tank.
Huge spots here. Herbal Thrill, Sadistica, Damboy, and Big DX have all been spotted into the east, and RG Colorado is able to slip away, but that reveals so much. Now we could see Exterminatus in the T1 actually make it all the way to the red cap. Well, it looks like cap pressure is going to begin as, wow, huge hits coming down. 1032 hit points left on Carlos.
I don't agree with Pat Real's movement right now. He is going into the front of things, into the brunt of things.
Ooh, Damboy goes down.
He can go down very quickly. He might be one of the first to actually push out. Here it is. Ooh, wow, 5100 down to 229 hit points.
And he peeks out just in time for Pat Real to get the finishing shot.
God.
Overkill.
That's juicy right there.
And then Travao looks to be squaring off against some 5100s. The cap has begun. There is a minute 19 seconds left on the cap. We see Exterminatus getting on the cap in the north of Contraflank coming out from 5100's eye cannon. Takes a huge hit, and it looks like, wow, this is just a crazy brawl just about to begin.
That's right, and the cap is still going, 20 seconds, but IS-3 will connect. No, he won't connect with T1, but he needs to really quickly here. He did shoot out and miss, apparently, but the Waffles is going to try to receive this 676 damage.
Travao misses a shot on Patrio, and now he's just face-hugging and pushing him backwards, seeing how powerful that tank is. It looks like Big D actually gets off the cap in order to try and preserve his tank. Pat Real takes another solid hot from Travao. There's a brawl going elsewhere at the same time.
Oh, Pat Real actually shoots and bounces. A very critical bounce that he cannot afford right there. He still is a while away from actually dying. 113 hit points left, but Herbal Throw getting into here. He will be able to save Pat Real. Maybe no. It looks like Lopez is going to come in here and take him out. When the
Travao
dust is settled,
misses a huge shot on Herbal Throw. Could have been a kill shot, but Herbal Throw is able to get off one more solid shot. Where is Sadistica right now? As cap is 38 seconds left. Oh, Herbal Throw taking that at 10. What a low roll.
Really unfortunate.
And a track shot from Herbal Thrill. Travao
Herbal Thrill needs to get out of here.
Oh.
Needs to get out of here because the shot will go to advantage for Travao. And the shot is going to ring true. Big is the last person here over here in the cap, and he's going to be gunned down pretty easily. Right now, it's 24 tier points to 8. Sadistica can double tap 2 tanks pretty easily, but that takes a long time. 8 seconds to put out 2 shots. I mean, that's really, really difficult. And then
the clutch is possible. It's very possible here. 4 shots is all he needs, and he just needs to make them at the right time. But we've got a solid play here. Lopez in the 5100 is still at 771, and he's going to lead the way. 2 tanks in tow. a 5100 is going to be able to take down Sadistica fairly easily unless Sadistica can make this, make the engagement happen at a pretty solid distance. He's going to need 200, 300 meters on this 5100 to make it work.
I don't know how he's going to do this. He doesn't even know where they're coming from. And there it is.
Sadistica does spot, but he's not going to get a shot off. Epito's in the open, and he does move to cover. All right, so safety there for a 5100. Travau actually is moving up aggressively. He may try to engage Sadistica. Sadistica doesn't look to be expecting that shot. It's just to his right now. IS3.
Oh, wow, spaced armor. Pretty good.
Space armor OP. And then Lopez comes in. One connection down to 516. And there,
doesn't even remember. It doesn't even matter. 5100s, two 5100s and IS3 just gunning down this single IS3. Game over. Insert coin will take the battle. Very surprising turn of events there, because if you looked on paper, with the execution of strategy, with the positioning of the tanks, I would always say that War and Peace should be winning that. They had T1s on cap, they were pressuring it, screening it, everything was beautiful. I think what went wrong though is they went for the beautiful flank, and that beautiful flank turned out to be just a lot of disorientation. They got tanks just picked off separately, and it really came down to a brawl rather than using the cap pressure as a way to initiate. They kind of fed into their opponent's hands by meeting up in the middle, and then the T1. Of course, a lot of misses too with the IS3 and with the Waffles. Critical misses that.
And the thing is, Herbal Thrill still was able to do 2,000 damage. Just him. He, as an IS3, did 2,000 damage and made all connections. But the thing is, he had some track shots in there. 7 for 7 shots on Herbal Thrill. The other side, Travau is the top performing tank for his team, and he only gets just under 2k damage, like just 1945, but he gets 3 kills. So he's got a lot of missed out potential damage there. Just GG Travau. Unfortunately, though, so many bounces, so many misses, really could have changed this battle. Patrial, just one more solid connection that actually does damage.
He could have had that one connection, but he bounced, and it's really unfortunate.
Yeah.
I don't know if I love the Waffles, by the way. I'm starting really not to like it just because it doesn't have good synergy, in my opinion, with the other tanks.
Yeah.
But we'll find out more.
Yeah, we're gonna head into battle number 2, which we'll find out what that is in a moment. But first, a quick commercial break. See you guys in a sec. Welcome back. We're about to head into battle number 2, War and Peace versus Game Over, Insert Coin. The score is currently 1-0 in favor of Game Over, Insert Coin, and we're gonna see the next battle on another city map, which is Ensk.
I guess it feels like War and Peace chose the last map, and probably not too content. I felt like they had the better strategic positioning in that last game. Even though the battle went kind of awry, I think they anticipated more conservative play out of Game Over, Insert Coin. But I kind of liked, even though they lost, I kind of like War and Peace's position a lot better. I think they played it a little bit better than their opponents.
Yeah, War and Peace definitely being more aggressive, trying to set the tone. Just a solid way to do it, but it's just the reaction out of Game Over was better. It just was more solid. We shouldn't say Game Over, because I feel like we're going to start confusing Game Over, Insert Coin with Game Over. I think we should just call them Insert Coin.
Okay.
Okay.
Sorry.
Yeah, Insert Coin just played very passively and very reactively. I wonder if they want to do that again, Southeast or Northeast. It's probably the best approach to take.
But, you know, Ensk, it just has such small amounts of options, I think, for these teams. I mean, as you said, it's normally east or west on this map, and then split north or south, too, if you're going to the same sides. And it's really hard. You have to know the map and know the tiny little positions so well to aggress forward. And I do think that some of these tankers have the capabilities of doing it, but really assimilating that into a team, a 7-player team, can be very challenging. So we'll find out. Ensk, it's a tough map, tough cookie to break. Jeez, I'm thinking way too fast for my speech right now.
That's right. Andre's achieving levels of mental power beyond that of normal humans. His simple, frail human body might not be able to handle it.
It can't.
Just might. It's just what's gonna happen. But battle has started, guys. Countdown has begun. War and Peace. Game Over. Insert Coin. What are these tanks, Andre?
Alright, we got 3 5100s and 2 IS3s for, what is that, Game Over. And for the other side, we have the Waffles yet again, 3 IS3s and a 1390.
And you don't like that Waffle, Andre?
I don't like the Waffle. And I'll tell you why. It has redundancy with the IS-3.
The IS-3 hits so hard it doesn't really matter. You don't need something that hits harder than that, Dave.
Yeah, that's my thought process. I mean, what you're doing is you're increasing variance, right? It's a longer reload, but also a lot more damage. And
so if you bounce, if you miss, it hurts you more.
Correct. But here's the thing, though. Against an IS-3, which is really what you're putting it against, in my opinion. Or you can look to put it against like the utility tank, but I don't think this is a good utility tank. Utility tanks are meant to take out the small amounts of HP left, right? The T69, the Pershing, the T32 to an extent, sometimes a 5100, a 1390. Those type of tanks, right? They're the utility tanks in that they're not really putting out a lot of damage, they're just taking out the redundant damage an IS-3 would normally do. And this tank doesn't do that at all. It's redundant with the IS-3, and it kind of puts your 1390 in this case to do all of that. And 1390, a great tank to do that. I have to kind of look at the math, honestly, and see it that way. Because when I look at an IS-3, I see 3 IS-3 shots and a T69, 3 IS-3 shots and a 5100. That will insta-kill any tier 8 tank. That's the most important thing. I don't know yet how the Waffles matches up in all of that. I think it's 1 Waffle, 1 IS-3 and a T69, or 1 Waffle, 1 IS-3 and a 1390, but you can't really, well, maybe
sometimes it's a Waffle and anything will kill a 1390.
That's true.
Yeah, Waffle can, with HE, pretty much one-shot at 13.
Yes.
Well, with HE, can actually even defeat tanks and hull down. So if you actually want to siege out someone who's playing very slowly, you spot them, the Waffle can pretty much be direct fire already, or you just derp snipe with it. It works really well on open maps, I think, but on city maps, I'm not a fan, just because you need armor.
Sure,
the average engagement range is so much shorter than on an open map, so you have to actually pay attention to armor and the silhouette of your tank. Waffle it can't hold down. It just can't do that. So with a position like, actually you're seeing out of game over, we could see a Waffle come into play, but it's going to be really hard, I think, to play it correctly.
Just talk about the positioning right now of game over, or insert coin.
Yeah. Insert coin's got, actually I really don't know if I like this setup. They've got 2 IS-3s kind of reverse angled to look down, I don't know what to call this road. This is just the northern the north road above the E2 courtyard. Just this road, this whole approach is covered by 2 IS-3s who are reverse angled, but they're not really respecting the one-line push, which isn't being covered even by a T1, but it is being covered by a 5100. Now, Carlos Clay STM is sitting there looking down the one road, but you've got an IS-3 sitting out here completely in the open. He's completely broadside. No armor to the one-line push. I feel like a weakness to the one-line push is what could really hurt Insert Coin. You've got a 5100 looking kind of to the south. I don't know if I like that. Exterminatus being a T1 spotting the 3-4 road. And then you got a huge blind spot also to the 6-7 line approach. It's a really conservative approach to this map, and I'm not sure if I like it.
Sure.
It's not doing anything. It's not accomplishing anything. It's very passive. They've destroyed the walls really well. RG Colorado, good job there as a T1 and all the cover on cap. No T1's going to be able to get on there without, dying or something, but it's...
Well, I like the movement so far of the red team. That is War and Peace. And let's go over to my screen. We can see 1390 still doing constant runs, but the T1s have aggressed forward. And in the meantime, we have the rest of the team. Look at where they are. They're gunning down that 5-6 line. This is going to be really cool. So you have a lot of the tanks, 4 of the tier 8 tanks, going down the 6, maybe even 7 line. And then you're going to have a screen cap pressure with 2 T1s. That's going to force the blue team to really mobilize and to that path where they are right now in the upper left-hand corner to the cap. Look at that flank with the 4 tier 8 tanks. It just makes so much sense, and you have to take out those 2 T1s. So this is going to be really cool.
I like
Big
this.
D, he's the one that's really making sure that these T1s are going to be okay. He was spotted out once. I did notice that by a T1, I believe, and then he spotted a 5100 a little bit later on.
Exterminatus is actually doing a pretty solid job as a T1 scout. He's getting lots of spotting out here.
That's great.
Just good use of a T1. Maybe not good use of the tier 8s, not taking advantage of this or not reacting to the position. They're content to sit here and wait. This is a I'm not confident in game over insert coin with this kind of play. I don't think that'll get them very far. I think War and Peace has a better chance to win this series.
They're camping. That's what it comes down to. They're camping just like last game. Great at reacting, but camping does not win you championships. But right now they're not looking for that. They're looking just to get into the WGLNA Season 3.
I'm not sure it'll get them even there. Look at teams we saw earlier today played so well.
They did, but you know, I mean, you can't discredit camping altogether, right? Like that's something that we love to do, I think, as a community, because you know, camping can be pretty boring. But I mean, there is something to say about passive conservative play, and
there's conservative, but there's. I mean, they're burning the clock here.
This is a total of 2 games, though, that we're watching, so we can't really conclude a style just yet.
I think I might have concluded a style.
You can. It'd be foolish, but you can. Wait, I mean, it's only 2 sample sets. Right?
Yeah, 2 very small sample sets.
So we're going to find out. 1390s. Now starting to move in a little bit closer. Is he going to be spotted, Rekill?
Yes. 1390 spotted on his return, on the return of his run, not on the approach. Although IS3s does look like they are going to be moving up. So Exterminatus in the T1 is moving up. IS3s at 3 minutes and 34 seconds have decided they want to enter the center of the map, hit the F road, and they do have control of the E2 courtyard. With that control, they do have west side control effectively. Exterminatus, they're going to just sack him, it looks like. He's going way deep. No real cover. I don't think there's enough cover to warrant sending a T1 this deep yet. IS3s need to catch up, get to this effort. You need 5100s here too in case an engagement happens. 1390 Big D also still spotted. No attempt to dig out that T1, and still maybe no attempt to move from War and Peace.
Yeah, Big D is still doing that circle as you saw.
Exterminatus.
Exterminatus
has spotted them. Active
Very
scouting
nice
in a T1. Although he's trapped himself now. Leaving is going to be very difficult, because I would expect War and Peace is going to be reacting to this T1 and try and dig him out soon. I'm
really wondering why they haven't pushed this, though. I'm surprised that they haven't tried to do anything. I understand. I mean, it is still a little bit difficult, and as you can see right now on my screen,
does get out. Wow. Okay.
Look, there's no walls here. I'm just looking. This is exactly what War and Peace sees, so that's kind of making it a little bit difficult, or I guess making them a little bit prudent to do anything like that, because as soon as that wall is destroyed,
it also does, you know, show that they've thought about returning to cap. They're probably planning on it. So throwing that idea out, because now it's less of a good idea. Oh, Travail gets into one of the keyholes and prepares to line up a shot. I don't see any solid connections right now. No damage from my side. Anyone taking blind fire on the side of War and Peace, though? Okay,
well, they see 4 tier tanks. 4 tier tanks should actually queue that 1390 and the 2 T1s. There it is. IS3 is taking a little bit of damage. Herbal Thrill down to 769 as IS3 shots coming in from the side and the front.
And 5100s from the north are getting fantastic shots into IS3s. They've been ripping up Sadistica.
One shot away.
13 health, and Carlos, can he get the shot?
He's tracked right now. There it is.
Solid shot. Sadistica is now in the open. He will take fire, I believe. Down to 327. And he should take more, down to 30. One more shot. No connection I'm seeing here. Sadistica is able to get away with it.
Are they paying attention to the cap?
Oh, wow. 19 seconds left on the cap. Pinto takes a huge hit. One shot from the Waffle takes him down to 609 hit points.
Okay, and there's the reset that they need. There's the T1 that goes down. 2 on cap, 33 seconds left. It's a 1390 and a Waffles right around the corner. He's going to come out for a shot. T1 is blocking for him, so obviously that would be a
solid shot on a Big D, down to 160. More shots down to Sethman, 410. He's down to 45 hit points, just getting peppered by RG Colorado every once in a while. Impito backs off. Exterminatus also looks to be poking out in the T1. It's 22 seconds versus 16 seconds left on the cap.
Right, and the reset, it doesn't look like it's going to happen. 3 on... Oh, no, it does. Iken is able to manage that. But it's going to come down to a draw at best for War and Peace. I think the rest of game over insert coin are going to
Petra's looking the wrong way, and he takes the huge hits down 307, and he will not be able to get his turnaround in time to connect on Lopez, and he will go down.
Doesn't even matter. There it is, the last shot on the tier 8 tank. Sethman goes down as well. And there you have it. War and Peace will fall. Game over insert coin. We'll take it.
Oh, a 2-0 lead right now for game over insert coin. would not have expected that. War and Peace usually would have shown something good. I think this is because they have new members, really. It's just not as solid as we saw in WGLNA Season 2.
Yeah, maybe so. But it comes down to the strategy, I think, overall. Again, we had really good thought process, getting the T1s, 2 T1s over for that cap. But if you're going to do that base trade thing, I don't think that's the best style for you. You have your IS-3s hanging back. Where's your 5100 that you really need? You don't have it. So you're going to be outgunned wherever it is. Wherever the 5100s are going to be, you will be outgunned there. And from there, you're going to lose that battle. The question is, do you have enough time to get back? You just need to buy time. That's exactly what happened. They need to be a little bit more aggressive. They need to punch it a little bit faster for this particular series. But even that, I felt like it was a tough road ahead of them. I mean, with the Waffles, I just don't see a lot of cap pressure working.
Yeah, I'm starting to think the Waffle is just not a smart choice of a tank. Better to bring a 5100, better to bring another IS-3. Just the Waffle hits hard, but it doesn't have any hit points. It gets penned by T1 Cunninghams. Man.
And Waffles, when you bring a Waffle, you it's not that you give up cap pressure, but your cap pressure is significantly not as good than if you brought a 5100 or if you brought an IS-3 or even a T32 on Ensk. I know that sounds crazy, but at least you have the profile to help out. That's what it comes down to. But as soon as you choose that Waffle, you have to think, how do I want to brawl, not how do I want to set up cap pressure. Now, you can use cap pressure as a way to brawl, but they didn't do it this time around. They did it as just like a base trade scenario, and it just did not work out at all for them.
Yeah, and I think Waffle belongs in an open map, not a city. We'll have to see if they can actually bring that Waffle to an open map. We're going to head to a quick commercial break while we get ready for battle number 3, War and Peace versus Game Over Insert Coin. Don't go anywhere.
It feels like it's going to be a draw here, though. Oh, what is that? T1, Exterminatus. He's going to be going down the southwest side. High Cannon will be following him, but that actually works out so well.
Oh, Lopez takes a few hits. He's down to 863, actually. I think that was a solid hit from maybe one of the 128s. And no other solid shots going on. It's 2 minutes left in this battle. I don't think War and Peace is going to be able to do it.
I don't think so either. I mean, that T1 Cunningham play is so smart. Think about what he just did. He said, okay, let's just send our T1 Cunningham to the southwest and make it hard. So if there is some sort of convergence that happens, well, my T1 Cunningham will still be over there, and I can draw it out. So very comprehensive play, very clever play coming out of the Game Over guys, the insert coin
and he even gets some spotting. Sadistica is spotted by Exterminatus, and he will begin trying to approach through the 1-2 line. At the same time, Patriel is closing the distance. Trovao is the small frame of the Waffle Tiger actually makes it so these Pershings and T69s can't make connections. Patriel lines up a shot and backs on down. Wow.
On the other side, though, Sadistica is going to go down. iCannon now being gunned down so fast that Pershing on the high ground will always have shots. iCannon just one shot away. Pinto is going to take the last one, and down he goes. So that's 2 Tier 8 deaths so far for War and Peace. On the other side, though, how are they holding off against the Roombas? One is down to 377 hit point. T1 is going to go down here, and things are looking good for Game Over. Honestly, like this is not so good for War and Peace.
Yeah, these Waffles are just not able to be aggressive enough. They can't take the hits.
Yep.
And there we go. We see Herbal Throw goes down. Patriel's one shot away. Trovao is easily going to be able to make this shot work once he reloads now. And there's a shot. Patriel is going to go down. Now Big D is going to attempt to run away. Salvage what is left of this. 25 seconds left in the battle, and the chase has begun.
3 shots from the 1390 to kill Big D and Damn Boy. Will he be able to do it?
Big D is tracked in the open.
Oh, will he be able to do it? 11 seconds, 10 seconds. One more shot. Can he get the last shot? 5 seconds left. Dan Boy is right in the ridge, but he tucks behind a rock. I think that's not going to be enough, and there it is. Draw. Wow, 1 T1 away. And there you have it. That's all it takes, but it kind of punishes the camping player, or the camping team, right? You can't kill everybody because you have no clue where these T1s are, and even if you do, I mean, the timing of the brawl is not dependent on you. It's depending on the other team because they're being aggressive.
Yeah, just really both teams not really wanting to engage until the last seconds of the battle, probably to take advantage of the fact that they can try to draw this out. That was, I think, what War and Peace is saying. They're saying, we have these waffles, they're hard for us to aggress with. We don't know how to do it. I don't think War and Peace has experienced stuff with these tanks.
It's tough. I mean, it's really tough, especially in a map like Steppes where you can be so defensive and remove the waffles from the field, basically.
Yeah, it took them
they're
all
useless.
of... It
they're
took like
useless
3 minutes.
behind when they're behind the train tracks, right? Completely. You're in hold down position, and you always have shots in the Roomba. You can take any shot you want, right? Because it's going to pen. That's what it comes down to.
Yeah. Well, that does it for battle number 3. We're going to go into battle number 4, see if War and Peace can bring this back, or see if Game Over can finally finish this out. We're going to head to a quick commercial break. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back. We're going to head into battle number 4, War and Peace versus Game Over. Insert coin. It's going to be on mines, Andre.
That's right. And right now, Game Over is in a position where they can draw or win this next battle to win the overall series. That means Patriel and the rest of his team of War and Peace need to bring it to their opponents. That makes it a lot more difficult. When you know your opponent is coming at you, you can sit back and just sip on a brewski and wait like an arty. And then you just click.
Just click.
Click.
Well, we'll have to see how much clicking they're going to get to do as we're going to start going into mines. And guess what, Andre? They're still bringing the waffle.
They're still bringing it.
It's still waffle time.
Well, this is the time to really experiment, right?
Yeah, why not?
Qualifiers, that's what you do. Let's take a look. How many waffles? That's the question. Looks like only one Patriel is going to be bringing that out. 2 Pershings, 2 1390s on the side of War and Peace. On the other side, we have 2 Pershings, a T69, and 2 1390s for Game Over. Insert coin.
I actually kind of like that lineup. I really do. I don't like the camo nets I'm seeing on the Pershing and the T69. Oh, and a 1390. I don't like those camo nets, but everything else about that whole lineup is pretty nice.
God, who's drinking the Haterade now?
Well, I don't think you need a camo net in these situations. These
Or
Pershings.
do you?
These Pershings probably.
Or do you?
I don't think they do.
Probably not.
Probably. It's probably really redundant. The ranges that these engagements are going to
Or
have.
do you?
No, Andre.
Or do you?
They do. Okay, I admit it.
Or do you? Okay, well, right now the red team has just gone for water side. Clutch. This is for you, baby. This is for you. What do we have on the blue team, though?
Well, blue team's decided to respect the hill. 2 1390s on the hill, along with T1's back at base. 1 out to the west. Actually, is going to spot out Eye Cannon. Such timing on that. And Exterminatus is going to try and get into a little hidey hole to save himself, but Eye Cannon may get the shots before anything happens.
Did you just say hidey hole?
It's a little hidey hole.
Don't want to go there. Gotcha. Okay, hidey hole.
Hidey hole.
Well, that's the official name of that rock, guys. Don't forget it.
What would you call it, Andre?
Not what you just said, that's for sure. Okay? Not what you just said. There is a 1390 and a 2 1390s over here to try to take out this T1 in the hidey hole.
Oh, Big D does spot out Exterminatus in the hidey hole.
Yes.
And it looks like he's going to go for a shot. Finally connects, and there goes Exterminatus.
There it is, Big D in the hidey hole. Great job. Additional damage, though. Big D's taking a lot of it. Only 1 shot away from dying here. Is out in the open. Now going to go behind some indestructible rock. That was really scary.
Yeah, almost didn't make it through the first 2 minutes of this battle.
Would be bad. Would be bad. T1 for a T8. Not a good trade. That's what I heard. Don't know for certain. That's what I heard. Where is Patriel? That's the question. He is over here on the west side. Water side, of course. He's with Damn Boy. And nothing really just yet. I'm searching right now for a way that War and Peace is going to take the win. I'm trying to establish how they can aggress up onto the center, how they can aggress up onto their opponents, and I'm falling short, really. I don't really see a solution for them.
Well, the reaction out of Game Over Insert Coin isn't exactly proper. They're not doing anything especially great to shut down this waterside play out of War and Peace. War and Peace can still pull out, go to the north. I mean, oh, there's a T1. Actually, both T1s are down for Game Over Insert Coin. I don't know what exactly happened. That T1 just didn't have camo values, and there goes a kill.
So
easy kill.
This is pretty bold here. Herbal Thrill and Sadistica are moving up, and they don't know if the hill has been taken or not. But normally in this position, you would say, well, of course the hill's been taken. Oh, they're going to blindside T69 here? No! 1390 He's going to poke out and just say, hello, get out of my face. But
although Carlos Clay has actually taken a huge hit. That must have been from the waffle. What is the waffle mounting right now? Just tell me real quick.
let me find out. It's the 150.
The 150? Okay, that would make a lot of sense. Carlos is almost dead. He's taking a solid hit from the 150. And another huge hit.
Wow.
Traval goes down to 625. That waffle is being played right this time, putting such support out there. Pershing's going to, though, have to deflect a full-on 5v2 aggression, as both of these Pershings are taking lots of hits, and 1390 is just unloading. The autoloader's just too strong here.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, this Pershing's going to go down. Herbal Thrill, the next one on the list. Carlos probably going to get the cleanup kill. No.
Pinto
yeah,
or one of the, yeah, there he is.
There it is. Now there's the convergence. 1390's coming into the water side. You can see how delayed they have been, and it's because of the position. I mean, what are you really doing pushing in there? That was just such a risky play overall, and now they're going to get punished pretty hard. Yeah. 1390s are still pretty low too. 608 and 99 hit points for both of them. Pat Real is still over on the west side.
No, what is that cannon doing up on the hill? He's taken the hill, and he's now going to engage against 1390.
Well, he gets the first
Kosha
shot.
Hall, yeah, he does.
And there could be a turret break right here. Big D going in from behind. No, he's going to go from the same angle. I don't agree with that. But Kosha Hall
Lopez is coming up behind I Cannon.
Yeah, he wants Big D. He wants Big D.
He wants it. And he
he's
might.
He's going to get it. He's gonna
one hit. No, he doesn't get the Big D on the first shot.
And he doesn't get it on the second shot either.
Oh.
Couple of misses.
And Lopez does take down I Cannon. Big D coming in after Lopez, but then just right in his face.
Insta-gib. Thanks. Pat Real, last player left in this game. Wow.
Oh, Pinto goes down to a T1, it looks like.
Yeah. It's incredible.
T1 OP. Please nerf. And there's a chance here that Pat could actually clutch this.
No, there is not.
No, he can one-shot Koshol, and he can one-shot Carlos.
Okay.
But he can't one-shot
So what happens
Lopez.
when they go cap?
He might have shots
Oh
as
my
they cross
god,
the open.
oh my god, please. Carlos! Oh, missed.
He missed.
Wow.
Oh, man.
Sick life.
So lucky.
Carlos was a lucky devil.
The shell velocity on the 150 is so slow, though. But, I mean, it's like, it's the E100 cannon. I think Pat's played it enough. He might have.
Yeah.
Reasonably, he should make that shot, though.
Well, I mean, RNG, right?
RNG.
That's what it comes down to. I mean, yes, he should be making that, but it's still maybe
it looked like it went just slightly
chance.
over, right?
I honestly didn't see the shot.
Oh, okay. It looked like it went just slightly over. So I don't know what the reticle's like on that 150 on this tank, but it should be reasonable. It's a German gun.
Well, Pat Real gonna take a shot.
Oh, Pat.
2 shots.
3 shots.
3 shots. Oh, no bueno. And now he's in water. Not looking good.
Yeah.
T69 does have a shot.
That thing could drown in a puddle.
And there it goes. Ladies and gentlemen, that is the last tier 8 left. There's only one tier 1 left. That's Seth Man. And
he's going for it. He's gonna do it.
He's not gonna do it.
He believes. Go little T1. He believes so hard. It's so adorable.
But
GG.
He shouldn't be in the belief business. It's alright, game over. Insert coin. We'll take it. 3-0 over their opponents. One piece. A nice win for them. They were playing very, very defensive, but you saw them open up a little bit more as the games kind of went on. Still, you know, it's hard to really determine. I think the previous teams that we've seen so far will be a big challenge against Game Over Insert Coin, but only time will tell. I mean, Simp, as we've said time and time again, they've played a very good reactive style. We saw a pretty good reactive style right here.
I liked Mines. Mines was much better played by Game Over. It gave me a better indication of what they can do.
See, root kill. That's what we do here. We change minds. We open them. All right. This is root kill before. And
this isn't even my final form.
This is him now. He's still's got his blinders on, but we're opening them. Soon.
They're comfy, Andre.
They'll come off.
Comfy blinders.
Well, you got rid of your hat.
Well, it comes off sometimes. It was very difficult. But all that had to happen is I had to give it away as a prize.
That's it. But guys, congratulations to Game Over Insert Coin. We're going to head over to a short commercial break. Actually, it's going to be a long commercial break. This is our halftime right now. So we're going to go into our halftime. When we come back, we have 2 more matches. Wreak Havoc, C'est La Vie, Bomb Squad, and Gold Round Delivery Service will be our last 4 teams in the last 2 matches. So Don't go anywhere. You're watching WGLNA Qualifiers. We'll see you in a bit.